let's take a seated position on your mat. If you could all sit cross-legged in a nice comfortable position with your back nice and straight. I'll just do a bit of an explanation about today's class. Oh, hang on, a few more people wanting to come in. So today we're doing something called gravity yoga, which is targeted flexibility training, and is suitable for people that suffer from locked hips, tight hamstrings, or generally feel very stiff with their normal exercises. So that could be anything from cycling to climbing to running, anything where you have to do quite a lot of movement. So we'll hold some poses for up to 5 minutes. If at any time you can't cope with them, just come out of it and come back into something called child's pose, which is just like this, or you can come into a seated position, anything that's comfortable for you. So we also need to really breathe into these poses, and then ultimately we will relax more. So we'll start off with some breathing exercises. So to help our body relax, we do something called a 4-8 breathing. So this is where we breathe in for 4, and then you exhale back out for 8. We do this sort of breathing when we're asleep. So if you ever struggle from sleeping problems, this is a really good breathing thing to do. So I'll count with us. You may want to shut your eyes, you may want to keep your gaze down. So we'll inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale again for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll just do one more round. So inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're struggling with breathing out for 8, you can do it for 6. The whole point of this breathing exercise is just to slow our breathing down. The slower the breathing, the more we'll relax. And if we get into some kind of poses at a slight discomfort, it will help you work your way through the pain. So I want you to come onto your mat into a standing position, feet about hip distance apart. We're just going to do a few rounds of warm-up. So this isn't a normal yoga warm-up because this isn't a yoga class. And I want you to take your arms up like we're going to do a star jump. And as we exhale, come down to a squat, cross your arms and curl your head in so you're like in a little ball. Inhale, up like a star, gaze up. Exhale, back down, curl up. Inhale, look up, star. Exhale, back down to a squat. That's 4. Inhale, lift up, gaze up. Exhale, back down. Every time you crunch back down, try and cross your arms the opposite way. Inhale, lift up, gaze up. Exhale, curl back down in that squat. Inhale, gaze up, lift up. Exhale, cross those arms, curl that head under, squat down. One more. Inhale, stretch up, look up. Exhale, come back down. Just rest your hands on the mat or floor in front of you and take your head down. It doesn't matter if your heels aren't touching the floor. Take a breath. So again, remember this 4-8 breathing technique. And as I said previously, if you can't manage with 8, try with 6. Okay, let's do another round of these moon squats. We'll go a bit faster just to try and warm our bodies up a bit. So inhale, stretch up, reach up, look up. Exhale, cross those arms, curl back down to that squat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, back down to that squat. Remember to cross the arms opposite ways. Inhale, lift up, gaze up. Exhale, cross those arms, curl back down. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale, cross those arms, curl back down. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale, cross arms, back down. Inhale, reach up, look up, stretch, stretch. Exhale, curl the back down, release those hands on the floor, and again bring that breathing back down. We'll do one final round. When we're ready, inhale, reach up, really stretch. Exhale, cross those arms, back down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, back down. You're doing a fantastic job. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Cross those arms back down. Inhale, reach up. Remember, if you get tired, just sit back down. Exhale, back down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cross those arms back down. 3 more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cross those arms back down. Inhale, reach up, stretch. Exhale, cross those arms back down. 1 more. Inhale, reach up, stretch. Exhale, cross those arms. Place your hands back down on the floor. Bring your chin to your chest. And let's just take a few nice breaths in and breaths out. Try and slow that breathing down. Okay, slowly push up to a standing position. I'm going to demonstrate this first pose for us. It's called Ragdoll. So some of you may know this from yoga. The key here is to keep your knees nice and soft and bent. And what we're going to do is pivot from the hips forward and fold. Now, it doesn't matter if you can only get here. It's great if you can get down here. Wherever you can get to is just fine, because the principle here is we're going to meet or beat our time every week. When you get to wherever you fold, I want you to grab hold of your elbows or just let your hands drop down. And we're going to try and do this for 5 minutes. Again, if you can't cope, don't worry, nothing to be ashamed of. Just stand up or sit back down. Okay, let's start. Remember, we just want to relax into this. And as you breathe, you'll find that gravity will start to bring you further down. You're going to feel this in your hamstrings. You may feel it all the way down your legs. If you feel any sharp pain, ease out. If you feel pain that's just a bit discomforting, that's great. The pain will go. Your body will get used to it. Just your hardest to relax. Easier said than done, I know, but by breathing in and then breathing out for double the pace, it will help us relax more. Done 1 minute already, so you're all doing a super job. Wherever you are, just see if you can sink anymore. It's fine to have those knees really bent. And just keep breathing. The aim is not to have straight legs or to be able to touch the floor, but just to challenge yourself just a bit. Only take it as far or as long as you want to be able to do. Done 2 minutes now. You're doing a great job. And remember, if you can't hold it for any longer because you're shaking too much or the pain's too much, just stand up or sit down or come back into child's pose. Many of us have probably got quite tight hamstrings, so they'll feel this one. Hopefully it's a good pain and not a bad pain. Try and relax your head and your neck. See if gravity can pull you down just a little bit more. Just done over 3 minutes now. Remember not to lock out those knees in this one. Keep breathing. And there's nothing wrong with just easing out. You need to. You find yourself starting to rock forward or back. Now done 4 minutes, so everyone's doing an excellent job. We don't hold these poses for longer than 5 minutes because there's no added benefit. And we only hold certain poses for that amount of time. This particular pose you can obviously do in different stages. If you need to prop yourself up, you can do. Okay, everyone, you're doing a great job. We've got 20 seconds left. Keep breathing in and out. Focus on that breath. Okay, that's our 5 minutes. Well done, everybody. I want you to now take your hands down to the mat, so you're going to have to bend your knees and walk your feet back a bit. So we're going to look like we're in a inverted V. Because many of us type, we're just going to do a wrist exercise, and it's called reverse dog. So your hands will go that way on the mat rather than that way. If you need to, you can kneel down for this pose. Again, if you've got any sore knees, feel free to use a pillow or a cushion or a blanket under your knees. So if you knelt down, that's fine. And we're going to stretch out our wrists and arms for 3 minutes, or we'll try. Never really do any exercises to work our wrists. This is a great one. Again, only take it as far as you can. There's nothing wrong with kneeling down rather than being in a downward dog shape. Just focusing on working our wrists and our forearms. Okay, we're coming up to 1 minute. Starting to feel this a bit, that's fine. We can try twisting them around so that our fingertips are now pointing towards each other. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Really push down into the ground. Trying to feel that nice stretch all the way up your arm. Breathing. Again, if this becomes too intense, just release off. Great, we're up to 2 minutes, so let's try and get to 3. If you need to, you can twist your hands round to the normal kind of position where they're pointing forwards. Or you can bring them back so that their fingertips are pointing towards your knees or your toes. See if you can push back a bit. So instead of keeping your elbows stacked over your wrists, see if you can lean back a bit to see if your elbows will stretch over your fingers. Just to feel that stretch a little bit more. But again, only take it as far as your flexibility will allow you to. Got 10 seconds left. We're going to come back into a child's pose, you'll be glad to know. So that's our 3 minutes, well done. Let's just push back, so lower down to your knees if you're not already there. Walk your hands forward. And try and lower your head down to the mat if you can. You can take your knees wider if that's more comfortable for you. And again, only push down as much as your body will allow you to. This is a pose where you start to see progress quite quickly, the more flexible you've become. I've done yoga for about 8 years, and it's only really in the last year, I guess, from doing flexibility training that I've managed to be able to come down so low in child's pose. If it's more comfortable for you, you can bring your arms to either side of your body, but having them outstretched helps stretch our back a little bit. Okay, that's our 1 minute. We're going to come into lying down on our front now. And this is quite an intense pose. So I totally understand if you need to come out of it at all. I want you to lie down with your arms out in front of you, but push up a little bit so that there's a gap under your arms. We're going to take our right hand, thread it through that gap under your left arm, and then we're going to take our right our left arm over the right so that we're in a twisted position. Walk your fingers out. And then just lower your head down. Relax your toes. And just keep breathing. If you can't really feel much, rest your head on your left arm. And just try and relax as much as you can. This pose is called pretzel arms. And although it's quite uncomfortable at first, it's so great for stretching out our shoulders, our upper back. Many of us are having to work from home at the moment and may not be sat on the best chair. So this is a great one to do, maybe when you're watching TV, just to stretch out your back. Keep breathing in and back out for 8. Just gone over a minute. If you can, try and walk your fingertips further away from each other. And as you relax into this pose, you'll find that you are able to slowly move them centimetre by centimetre further apart. You're just focusing on that breath. If you need to, push more onto your left arm or lift off. And just keep breathing. Doing a great job. Nice deep breath in, 4. Back out for 8. Okay, we've got 20 seconds left of pretzel arms this way. We're going to move out to the side. 10 seconds. Now you know what to do. That's our 3 minutes. So untangle your arms, lower your forehead down to the mat, and we're just going to massage out our forehead. You can either place it on your fingers, straight on the floor, and just move your head slowly to the left and to the right. Okay, lift up a little bit. Have that gap between your arms on the floor. And this time we're going to take our left hand, thread it through that gap into our right, and then take our right over the left. Again, it's not particularly easy to get into this pose. It does work wonders for your back and shoulders. As we're doing this one for 3 minutes, our goal next time will be to try and meet or beat our time. It's either 3 minutes or maybe 3 minutes and 5 seconds. You may find one side more flexible than the other. That's fine. Bodies are different. try and relax as much as you can. Just done over 1 minute. You're all doing a great job. Again, you might find it beneficial to rest your head on your your right arm and apply a bit of pressure to it to help increase the stretch. Again, if you feel any twinges or real pain, out of those. In 2 minutes now, so we're all doing a great job. Keep focusing on breathing. The more we focus on breathing, the more we'll relax. Got 25 seconds left. When we finish this, we're going to untangle our hands again and rest our forehead on the mat. And just have a quick relax. So that's our 3 minutes up. Slowly untangle your arms, so bring that right arm back. Take the left arm down. Place your head so your forehead's flat on the floor. Twist your head so you're looking over to the right. Twist your head to the other side. Look over to the left. One more time on both sides. Stretching out that neck a little bit. Okay, I want you to now press up so that we're on our knees. And this may be at times that you want to use a blanket or a block. You can use anything you've got to hand at home to protect your knees if your knees do hurt. We're also going to sit back onto our feet. So again, sometimes people will feel pain under their feet when they touch the ground. So it's absolutely fine to be sat on a cushion or fold your mat up, whatever works for you. We're going to do something called arrow pose. And this is where we interlace our hands behind our back, just in a normal clasp, nothing fancy. And you're going to pull back. Imagine someone's pulling down on your hands. And you're going to push your chest up to the sky and try and take your head back. We're going to do this one for 2 minutes if we can. And this is a great counter pose to our pretzel arms, because in pretzel arms we were twisting obviously inwards. This one we're outer rotating our chest, really opening up the front of our body. Try and keep your back nice and straight. And if you can, take your gaze up to the sky. If you want, you can unclasp your hands and place them on your back, opposite elbows, or even down to the floor. Whatever works best for you. We're glad to know we've done 1 minute and 15. So if you can, just try and pull down a little further. Really feel that stretch right across the top of our chest. Try and relax everything else. Nice and soft. Got 15 seconds left. Tugging down, gazing up. And slowly release. That's our 2 minutes. Well done, everybody. We'll just do a quick reset pose. So I want you to come onto your hands and knees, like you're crawling like a baby. Let's take our right arm and we'll thread it through the gap between our left knee and left arm. And then slowly lower your temple down to the mat. And just rest in it. Keep breathing. Anybody that wants to take it further, this reset pose, feel free to lift up your left leg and bring it into a balance. Don't feel like you need to do that. I mentioned, I'm sure you can balance on your shoulder and your temple, not just remain on both knees. Breathing in and breathing back out for either 6 or for 8. Another nice pose just to open up our back and our shoulders and release any tension. Two more seconds there. That's our 2 minutes up. Let's push back up to all fours like we're a crawling baby again. Making sure your knees are about as wide as your hips, your hands as wide as your shoulders. And this time let's do the opposite side. So the left arm's going to go through the gap between our right knee and our right arm. Bring it right through, lower down to your shoulder and to your left temple. And you may find that one side, this is more comfortable or easier than the other. Don't worry, that's perfectly normal. Try and relax that whole body. Don't have any tension anywhere. Keep focusing on that breath if you get distracted with any thoughts. Not only is this practice good for stretching your body, improving flexibility, you can also use it as a mindfulness session. or even if you need the ultimate distraction, people sometimes do their emails, texting friends, to help the time go quicker. 10 more seconds. Okay, lovely, that's our 2 minutes up. Push back up, curl your toes under, push up so that we're in a plank position. Don't worry, we're not holding plank for 5 minutes. I want you to take your right knee, bend it, and we're going to step our foot so it's on the outside of our right hand, like we're in a lunge position. I'll twist it around so that everyone can see. And then lower your left knee down to the mat. Walk your right foot forward. And this is where other household props can be very useful. You're going to feel the stretch in your hip flexors. So you may want to use a book or a block or a cushion. Because if you can't get down too low, that's fine. You can press up. You can use whatever you might want to. Or if you're super flexible, you can come down to your forearms. You may also want to take your right foot and twist it out 45 degrees. And if it's easier for you, or you feel it better, feel free to take that knee and slowly bend it out. We're not looking for the perfect pose here. It's all about where you can feel it. You may feel it in different places to where I feel it, that's fine. Quite a lot of discomfort initially in this pose. As we really relax like we're a piece of spaghetti or a wet noodle or floppy, you'll find that discomfort starts to go. Again, if you've got bad knees, feel free to put something padded under that left knee. Just keep breathing. Of those poses, it's slightly painful, but it's almost good pain. Also helps people who do any form of sport. We use our hips unknowingly for so many things. Stretching out hip flexors, hamstrings, the glutes, all in one pose is going to be good. And if this is too much for anybody, feel free to come out. We're coming up to 3 minutes, but let's see if we can hold it a bit longer. If you're on your palms, you may want to see if you can lower down a bit. If you can't come onto your forearms, as I say, you can use something that's higher up to help bring the floor higher to you. Or just sink down slightly. You may find it nice to just gently rock left and right. help you sit down lower. Be glad to know we've got 15 seconds left. And we'll press back to a plank when we're finished. And have a go on the other side. Okay, lovely, that's our 4 minutes up. So curl your toes under your left toes. Push your left knee up. Send that right foot back into your plank. And let's take the left foot so it's on the outside of our left hand. If you need to help it forward, that's absolutely fine. Lower the right knee down, uncurl the toes. See if you can push that right leg back a bit, or walk your left foot forward. Feel free to twist it out 45 degrees. And once you're comfortable, just try and forget that this feels quite discomforting. Just think in 15 minutes, you're going to feel so much better for having done something like this. Keep breathing in. 4. Exhaling back out for 8. You may find on this side that it's easier for you to lower down than on your other side. We always have one hip that opens up more than the other. That's just how bodies are designed. We're all doing a great job. Remember, if at any time you just need to come back out and maybe stretch the back of your leg instead, that's fine. But our aim here really is to try and hold through. Doesn't matter what everybody else is doing, just focus on yourself. Just try and relax the whole hip joint as much as you can. Again, if you're on your palms, see if you can lower down ever so slightly. Just to intensify that stretch, just a touch more. And again, if you want to take that left knee out slightly at an angle, that's absolutely fine if it helps feel that stretch a bit deeper. Got 1 more minute to go. Everyone's doing a great job. I name this practice head, shoulders, knees and toes, like the child's spine, because it hopefully works for all of those body parts in some way. Okay, we're coming up to 15 seconds left. Instead of pushing up to plank when we transition, we're going to end up being late on our front again, so we'll just send our left foot back. That's our time up. So just take that left leg back with the right and lower down the mat. We're now going to do a Sphinx pose. So Sphinx is, I think everyone's probably familiar with what they look like when you're in Egypt. We'll have our arms laid out like it's an 11. So our elbows will be directly under our shoulders. I want you to look forward and slightly up. Relax your feet. And if you feel any twinges here, again, just lower down. Ease off a bit. It's just going to stretch out our whole back and let our hips relax after a very intensive plaster pose. Try and lift your heart up slightly more, taking that gaze higher if you can. Again, not a competition, so don't worry what anybody else is doing. Take it as far as you can. Make sure your whole lower body is relaxed. You're not tensing your bum or your thighs. Not tensing our fingertips. Okay, we've got 10 seconds left. Our next pose will be sat on our bum. So when we're ready, so I'll time up. However it's easiest for you, push up and come to a seated position. This next pose you're either gonna love or hate. I want you to put your soles of your feet together in front of you. Try and have them at least 3 hand distances away from you. If you need to, use something, pillows, cushions, anything off the sofa to lift up your knees. If not, walk your hands forward as much as you can, and then drop your head. Turn your palms so they're facing upwards. This is called a butterfly forward fold. Keep your head nice and relaxed. You don't want any tensions in that neck. You're really going to feel this again all around the groin and your hips. It's not about how low we can get our knees down either. Probably find that females can get into this a lot easier than males, but that's fine. It's just life. You exhale out, see if you can lower your head any further down. Again, it doesn't matter if you're basically sat upright and your head's just pointing down, or if your head's fully down on your feet. It really doesn't matter. As long as you can feel a nice stretch and no pain, then you're good to go. I'm going to do this one for 3 minutes. Done just over 2 now, so everyone's doing a fantastic job. If you can, try and lower down a touch more. Remember, just keep breathing. Got 10 seconds left here. Job, that's our 3 minutes up. Slowly walk your hands closer to you, and it's really important you help guide your knees back in. So slowly, no pressure, bring them back together. Take your legs out so they're nice and straight. You might want to shake them out because we've done quite a lot of hip opening exercises. Bend your right knee, almost like you're going to give it a nice big hug. Have it about a fist distance away from your left thigh. Take your left arm and give that right knee a nice hug, if you can. So if you can just grab it with your hand, that's fine. Take your right hand behind your back, and we're just going to twist and try and look over our right shoulder. If you can, give that right knee a bigger hug. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale out. We exhale so you can twist ever so slightly more. Slowly release. Take that right knee down. Bend the left one up. Try and have it as close to your sit bone as you can. Take the left hand behind you and give your left knee a nice hug with your right arm. Gaze over the left shoulder. Just try and feel that nice twist. Hopefully you're feeling it all the way down the right side. One more deep breath in. Exhale out. Slowly return to center. This time we're going to come onto our knees again, however's easiest for you. And for many, for this one, you might want to get a cushion or something. Place it between your legs, so take your legs out wide. Put a cushion in between you. You're going to sit back onto it. Okay, there's going to be a few different stages for this one. You can stay here, absolutely fine. It's going to probably be working your feet because your feet will now be nice and parallel to each other. Try and get them as straight as possible, if you can. So you can stay here, as I say, or we can take our hands down to the floor and gaze up, or if you're feeling more flexible, come down to your forearms, or if you're feeling super flexible, Come all the way down. It's all down to you on this one. There's no right or wrong position to be in. Some people just have that movement. So as I say, if you sat up here, that's absolutely fine. We'll be working our ankles here. So we're basically flexing out our feet. You may find if you're fully reclined, if your knees start to lift, that's fine. Whichever position you're in, just breathe. Do you feel discomfort initially? But it will get better, I promise. Okay, wherever you are, slowly push back up. Come onto all fours. Lift up your feet, give them a bit of a twist round to both sides. Shake them out. And this time, we're just going to work our toes. So I want you to curl your toes under. Now, again, we're going to have various different options here, depending on everybody's flexibility. So, it's called pins and needles for a reason, and we won't do it for very long. If you can, push up. Your toes will be bent under. And we're just going to sit back on our heels. And you will feel this really intensely in your toes. It's also going to stretch out all down the sole of your feet. Just keep breathing. We've got 30 seconds left. If it's feeling too intense, just lift up a bit. The lower you sit onto your heels, the more you're going to feel it, basically. Great job, everyone. Everyone stuck with it. 5 seconds to go. Lovely. Uncurl your toes. Drop your feet back down. And push back again to child's pose. Just enjoy your feet being in the right position, not curled round. Slowly come back up. We're going to lie down on our mat, on our backs, or on your floor, wherever you are. I want you to lie down and take your feet nice and wide. Hands with your palms facing up to the sky. Close your eyes. And try and relax. I want the whole body to go heavy here. And let your heels feel like they're dropping through the ground. Those knees. Those hips will be nice and open now. Those wrists feel heavy. Shoulders don't have any tension in them. Your neck's nice and relaxed. Your mouth is, your eyes are. just sink into the floor. If you have any thoughts, just let them drift in and out of your mind. Try not to focus on too much. If you get distracted, just come back to your breathing. Maybe just count. I'm going to talk to you about a mindfulness word, and we will talk about forgiveness and who we need to forgive in life and why we might need to forgive them. Everybody's had a very challenging year this year. Now's not the time to be holding grudges with people. It's also a time to be very understanding with others. Everyone's going through good days and bad days, so their behaviour may change. They may say something that they don't mean. But we need to just kind of go with the flow and forgive people, because we too may also have those days and snap at people, be angry, and we don't mean to. It's just we're having one of those bad days. We may be getting frustrated with working from home, not seeing our friends, being in a lockdown. Try not to take those frustrations out on others. So as we come to today's practice, please bring your legs closer together, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingertips. Bring your knees into your chest, give them a nice big hug. And you may want to rock from side to side, just to massage out your back. When you're ready, just roll over to your side and then gently push up to a seated position. If your eyes are closed, keep them shut or soften your gaze. Go slowly so you don't feel dizzy. Make sure you're sat comfortably, nice straight back. I'm going to do a few rounds of balance breathing, which will just waken us up ever so slightly. So we're going to breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale back out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly open your eyes if they're shut, being aware of the surroundings around you. Thank you very much for joining me for my first flexibility training class. I hope you've all enjoyed it. I'll stick around if anyone's got any questions. For everybody in North America, have a great day. For everyone in the UK and Europe, have a lovely evening. Thank you very much.